The Witch's Dream Book and Fortune Teller by A. H. No. Part 12. Moles. Their situation and the indication they give of a person's disposition and future lot in life. Though moles are, in their substance, nothing else than excrescences, or ebullitions which proceed from the state of the blood whilst the fetus is confined in the womb, yet they are not given in vain, as they are generally characteristic of the disposition and temper of those that bear them, and it is also proved by daily experience that from the shape, situation and other circumstances, they bear a strong analogy to the events which are to happen to a person in future life. Herein are given the common prognostications by moles found in all the various parts of the body, according to the doctrine of the ancients. The larger the mole, the greater the prosperity or adversity of the person; the smaller the mole, the less will be his good or evil fate. If the mole is round, it indicates good; if angular, it gives a mixture of good and evil. If oblong, a moderate share of fortunate events; the deeper the color, the more favor or disgrace; the lighter, the less of either. If it is very hairy, much misfortune may be expected, but if few long hairs grow upon it, it denotes that your undertakings will be prosperous. A mole that stands on the right side of the forehead, or right temple, signifies that the person will arrive at sudden wealth and honor, according to their birth and situation in life, which must always be attended to with due consideration. A mole on the right eyebrow announces speedy marriage, and that the person to whom you will be married will possess many amiable qualities and a good fortune. A mole on the left of either of these three places announces unexpected disappointment in your most sanguine wishes. A mole on the outside corner of either eye denotes the person to be of a sober, steady, and sedate disposition, but will be liable to a violent death. A mole on either cheek signifies that the person shall never rise above mediocrity in point of fortune, though at the same time he will never fall into real poverty. A mole on the nose shows that the person will have good success in most of his or her undertakings. A mole on the lip, either upper or lower, proves the person to be fond of delicate things and much given to the pleasures of love, in which he or she will most commonly be successful. A mole on the chin foreshows the person will be attended with prosperity and be highly esteemed. A mole on the side of the neck shows that the person will narrowly escape suffocation, but will afterward rise to great consideration by an unexpected legacy or inheritance. A mole on the throat denotes that the person shall become rich by marriage. A mole on the right breast declares the person to be exposed to a sudden reverse from comfort to distress, by unavoidable accidents. Most of his children will be girls. A mole on the left breast signifies success in undertakings and an amorous disposition. A mole on the bosom portends mediocrity of health and fortune. A mole under the left breast, over the heart, foreshadows that the man will be of a warm disposition, unsettled in mind, fond of rambling and light in his conduct. In a lady, it shows sincerity in love, quick conception and easy travail in childbirth. A mole on the right side, over any part of the ribs, denotes the person to be pusillanimous, and slow in understanding anything that may be attended with difficulty. A mole on the belly denotes the person to be addicted to sloth and gluttony, selfish in almost all articles and seldom inclined to be nice or careful in point of dress. A mole on either hip shows that the person will have many children and such of them as survive will be healthful, lusty, and patient in all hardships. A mole on the right thigh shows that the person will become rich and also fortunate in marriage. A mole on the left thigh denotes that the person suffers much by poverty and want of friends, as also by the enmity and injustice of others. A mole on the right knee signifies that the person will be fortunate in the choice of a partner for life and meet with few disappointments in the world. A mole on the left knee portends that the person will be rash, inconsiderate and hasty, but modest when in cold blood, honest and inclined to good behavior. A mole on either leg shows that the person is indolent, thoughtless and indifferent as to whatever may happen. A mole on either ankle denotes a man to be inclined to effeminacy and elegance of dress, a lady, to be courageous, active and industrious, with some spice of the termagant. A mole on either foot forebodes sudden illness or unexpected misfortune. A mole on the right shoulder signifies prudence, discretion, secrecy and wisdom. A mole on the left shoulder declares a testy, contentious and ungovernable spirit. A mole on the right arm denotes vigor and undaunted courage. On the left arm, resolution and victory in battle. A mole near either elbow declares restlessness, a roving and unsteady temper, also a discontentedness with those whom they are obliged constantly to live with. A mole between the elbow and the wrist promises the person prosperity, but not until he has undergone and suffered many hardships. A mole on the wrist, or between it and the ends of the fingers, denotes industry, parsimony, fidelity and conjugal affection. A mole against the heart denotes wickedness. If a woman have a mole on her right knee, she will be honest and virtuous, if on the left, she will have many children. If a woman have a mole on her lower jaw, it signifies she will pass her life in sorrow and pain of body. A mole in the midst of the forehead, near the hair, denotes a discourteous, cruel mind and of unpleasant discourse. If it is of a honey color, the person will be beloved; if red, sullen and furious; if black, inexpert and wavering; if raised more like a wart, very fortunate. But if a woman, it shows her to be a slut, and if in her forehead black, treacherous, consents to evil and murder. A mole on the left side of the forehead, near the hair, predicts misery and abundance of tribulations to a man. By means of his own misconduct, if honey-colored or red, his sorrows are lessened, but if black, unfortunate in every undertaking. A mole on the left side of the forehead, about the midway, threatens a man with persecutions from his superiors. If of honey color, he prodigally wastes his estate; if red, he will become poor; if black, let him beware of the wrath or malice of great men; if a woman, it threatens sorrow by the perfidy of some men; if black, she will partake of the extremity of misery. A mole on the left side of the forehead, a little above the temple, if it appear red, denotes a man has excellent wit and understanding; if black, he is in danger of being branded for his falsehoods; if he has a wart, his fate is mitigated. To a woman it signifies justification of innocence, though not deserved; if black, malignity, and it represents every evil. A mole appearing on the right temple, above the eye, near the head, denotes a long life and good fortune; if pale, or red, he is studious. To a woman, it signifies good and happy fortune in marriage, as she will be of careful conduct. A mole on the right temple, inclining towards the neck, promiseth ingenuity and riches, as also long life; if honey or red-colored, good fortune; if black, trouble; but if as a wart, he shall obtain all good things. A mole on the left side, towards the upper part of the eye, signifies sickness; if black, a short life; if as a wart, it denotes a good end. To a woman, moderate health, loss of favor of friends, perverse children and enemies; if black, many miseries. A mole on the ear signifies riches and respect. If either in a man or woman's hand a mole appears, it denotes great prosperity and enjoyment of children. A mole on the left side of the stomach shows a luxurious person. A mole on the left side of the belly denotes afflictions. A mole under the hollow of the right eye signifies the party to be furious. Thus ends Part 12 of the Witch's Dream Book and Fortune Teller. Part 13, Predictions of the Weather, Atmospheric Changes, etc., is next. Feel free to check out the many selections at Weird Audiobooks, and if you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing, as more are on the way.